Well, so we closed right around the top, exactly at the top of the market maker's expected move, 61.1883. So, like, I don't know, maybe one bit below. Going into tomorrow, probably an expected move somewhere between like 60.58 and 61.42. Gamma Max is the upside at 61.2953. BOJ decisions tonight on the rate hike. So we'll see where that goes. Looks like ES topped 61.50. It's selling off a little bit after the test, but it did break above the bull confirm down here at 61.38, and that was a pretty significant breakout. I kind of mentioned earlier that if we'd gotten a breakout there, we'd pick up some CTA interest, and we probably did a little, but they're still overweight long, and so it wouldn't take much of a downside move for them to sell those positions back off again. Yields came up at the top end of the curve today. The 5, 10, 20, and 30-year all moving up, and then the bottom end of the curve moving down a bit, with the expectation of more Fed rate cuts following Trump's speeches. Dollar down about 15 BPS on the day, mostly against the pound, a little bit against the euro. Commodities pretty flat, not too much movement there. Oil fell a little. Gold and silver pulled back a tiny bit, but copper, iron still moving. Looks like agriculture is still doing all right. Correlation kind of flattened out. Interestingly, didn't pick up in the end of the day with that huge move to the upside. In fact, correlation on the 3-month broke down a little. So that might have just been purely futures buying without any interest in the underlying. Leverage on the top end of the carry trade going into the BOJ decision tonight at 9.13x. And then down at the short end on the 6 and 3 month, 7.33 and 7.31 respectively. Forward yield on volatility is at -9, so a little step higher than it was at yesterday, but not very significant. It does look like it's turning around a little bit though, and with the rate decision tonight, we might see demand for volatility pick up. Bond vol's probably fairly unchanged or down. We don't really have anything that's going to affect that right now. Skew, I would say, given the amount of put selling we saw today, maybe given the amount of put selling we saw today, we see skew move up. Although for a little bit there, I think we saw more short vol pulling back on those repeated tests of 6100. Breadth did okay today, but I think end of day Nasdaq still, despite its big move into the end of the day, significantly underperformed the broader market. Correlation in vol actually went down a little bit today from 85 high yesterday to 84.50 today, so a little bit more net shorting. Fed fund futures moved up to 0.17. It's not very significant. This, however, is the 10 2-year curve moved up 14.79% back into the bear steepener. So those inflation fears, especially with Trump's warnings of tariffs, are starting to pick up a little bit. And that's gonna probably freak people the fuck out. Obviously, those are pretty significantly those are gonna pretty significantly affect like forward inflation expectations. Out here on the daily, we actually have like our first like not gap up day for a little while. And we did get a stronger move up through prior resistance, setting a new high at 61.18. 61.43 is my expected range for an upside move here. We could maybe still see something close to that, but Gamma Max on the weekly chain is at around 129, and that's going to present at least some resistance or end of day resistance. So I think even tomorrow, if Bank of Japan doesn't hike tonight and there's no bearish outcome, and the status quo remains unchanged, probably not going to see too much more performance out of the index here. We're going to need some serious repositioning, and something's going to have to allow Gamma Max to start moving up. Are you proud of me, Pickle Man? Did you buy calls? My YOLO 60, 50, 50x. Ha ha ha. 60, 50 P's crash. Bulls can be so awesome sometimes. Nice, dude. End of day song? Sure, if there's one on the thing. But that's about it for today. We're gonna have the quant fireside tonight. We'll be starting that around 10 o'clock. And you guys can all hop in, and we'll have a BOJ rate decision watch party alongside it. Pickle jar after dark. Exactly. What time? 10 p.m. or 9? I guess we'll start at 9. I don't know. What time did we start last week? Anybody remember? 8? Alright, fine. We'll start at 8. Yeah, that's fine. We'll start at 8. 8 sounds good. I'll see you guys there. Later.